I might have fixed it. I might have just fixed it. Maybe. Maybe. I might have fixed it. So, OBS is currently running at 7%, which is really, really low. Super low. I think I might have just cracked the code for the stream part, which is, well, hopefully it's good, right? Can you hear me? Is it stuttering? Is the gameplay stuttering? The fan is on the laptop as well, which is cooling it down massively. Third time is the charm, Hamlet. It is. Right, let's get back in the zone and let's actually play our run. This run has been going on for 2 hours and we're not even out the group stage yet. That's okay. I apologize. I do. The streams will get better, I promise. You know, nothing runs smoothly on this channel. Nothing. What I did was I found the encoder was actually going through software and I changed it to hardware, and the hardware brought it down to like literally nothing. So yeah, maybe I was doing it wrong in the start. I'm rusty, okay? I haven't done it in a while. I was hoping to do 2 tonight. Unless I get knocked out by England, then I probably might not be able to do 2. But let's just try and concentrate having the dream run with Equatorial Guinea. That would be nice. As long as nothing like that happens, then we're good. Thoughts on Steven Gerrard? Legend. What am I passing it off the pitch for? Yeah, I apologise for the stream stuff at the moment. It's really irritating. OBS is really like lame at the moment, but it's steady on 7% at the moment, and it was better than last time because last time it was on 30%, so that's a massive difference, especially for a laptop. I wish I had a normal PC. A PC would just be able to just run it like no problem, but yeah, a laptop is, even though it's only like 2 years old, the laptop still goes, nope, don't like OBS. Don't like it. It's understandable. It does eat up quite a lot of usage. What cartoon shows did I watch when I was a kid? Well, I was a 90s kid, so I watched stuff like Thomas the Tank Engine, Fireman Sam, and then like if you wanna go a little bit further ahead, you got Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls. Stuff like that, you know, all those types of cartoons. SpongeBob, obviously, you know, the earlier days of SpongeBob. Yeah, pretty much all of it. There's so many good shows when I was a kid. Looney Tunes as well, like the classic Looney Tunes. Tom and Jerry, the classic Tom and Jerry as well. England are going to try and get back in this game as much as possible, but we're not going to let them. We're going to dump them out of this World Cup and march on to the round of 16. The over-the-top balls are just amazing at the moment. Like, apart from the fact that England can tackle us by breathing on us, then yeah, we're all right. A PT? See, Rio Ferdinand's just like, nope, you're not getting past. That's got to be a foul, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Let's just double check OBS again, and it's running at 7% still. See, I might have cracked it. I might have actually cracked it. Obviously, it's a little bit behind on YouTube when I'm looking at it on YouTube, but that's always going to be like that. Yeah, it is an insane day for me, Patrick. Like, we're beating England right now, and then obviously the stream is just like, hey, you got to break it down into 3. It's like, what? I really apologize for that. I hate it when I have to, you know, do things in stages. Like, I'd rather just do a stream in one go. It's just so annoying, but we are getting there, and I will get this run done. Yeah, Obviously, when I release the video, if it's a good run, I'll obviously smash it all together. Ref, where's the foul on that? We just got to hold on for about 9 more minutes and we'll be alright. Equatorial Guinea are not actually a bad little team now. The first game, well, they had me in that one. Like, Czech Republic just destroyed me. But we've turned it around. Big win against Uganda, and hopefully here a big win against England. Is there any way to get the old FIFA games? You could either buy an old console and buy them that way, or yeah, you could. There is a way to emulate them, but I don't know how to do it. I'm afraid. I get that question all the time. Like, do you know how to emulate old FIFAs and stuff like that? Unfortunately, I don't. I'm really sorry. I don't play on PC, so this is all on Xbox. So I just kept the games from release because I thought, well, I love these games. I'm never going to sell them. So, you know, that's why. But yeah. Yeah, unless you buy them physically, I don't think you can really get them anymore, really, unless you emulate them. What happened there? What did it deflect? It's a corner. Rob Green's coming up for it. Could he end our run in the 90th minute, or can we get it out of our box? Ferdinand just wide, thankfully for that. What is OBS? It's the thing that I'm using to stream. It's like a platform sort of thing. Come on, get it up there. I tried to shoot, but he just got me. Might be alright. Come on. That's going to be offside. But once it's booted away, a huge win against England is coming up. And we have gone through to the round of 16. How about that? After getting demolished by the Czech Republic in our first game, we've turned it around. And now we got through to the round of 16. So that's amazing. Unless, of course, the glitch happens, which I bet it would. After the day we're having on stream right now, it probably will. But yeah, my friend has his old Xbox 360, but he doesn't have the World Cup games. Luckily, he has FIFA 14. That's close enough. Yeah, it's close enough. Yeah, OBS is a recording software. Yeah, that's the gist of it. Yeah. Remember when John Terry slipped and missed a penalty? Oh yeah, that was the Champions League final, wasn't it? Against Man United. Well, what was that? 2008? Quite a long time ago. Please don't glitch on me. Please don't. I really don't want this game to glitch on me. Please don't. We got through, legitimately got through. Oh, thank God. Thank God. No glitch. Thank you. Yeah. If you don't know, the game glitches when you do a standard run because you're not qualifying, so it just glitches. Sometimes it will knock you out even if you've gone through. Very weird glitch. But anyway, round of 16 looks like this. You got Russia beating Libya 2-1, Czech Republic beating Bosnia 2-1, Brazil versus Sweden, Syria versus Burkina Faso, very random, Germany versus Switzerland, Italy versus Equatorial Guinea, so very tough opponent, South Africa versus Serbia, and Spain versus Zimbabwe. Let's see if we can have a good run here today, hopefully. Since the stream has crashed so many times and we've been at this for 2 hours now, I'd like to turn this around and make it a good video that I can put out in the future. I hope so. The fan is definitely helping the laptop massively. It's really cooling it down. So W fan. W fan. All right. Next match is against Italy. If we just beat in England, there is a small chance we could beat Italy. Very small chance. Did you watch the 2005 Champions League final live? I want to say I did, but I was like maybe I was like maybe 13 in 2005. So I can't remember that far back, but yeah, I do remember watching Champions League games on terrestrial TV when they were actually on TV. They were the good days, you know, having Champions League games live on TV, like normal TV, like sort of thing, not subscription-based TV, just on normal television. Now you gotta pay like what? How much a month? Like £40 a month just to watch it. I wonder why 2002 FIFA World Cup doesn't have qualifiers mode. Like the other games in the series seem strange. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's a bit disappointing. But if I can get my hands on 2002, then of course I will play it. I'll probably have to buy it on PlayStation 2 because Xbox One doesn't work anymore. Hey, Sean, NUFC fan. So glad you're streaming today. So glad you're here, dude. Nice to see you. Can you do Afghanistan on 2014? Yeah, in the future I can. People crucify Gerrard for slipping once in his career while John Terry slipped at least twice. That's the thing though, but yeah, nobody, like, what's bigger, right? This might seem like a really stupid question, right? What's bigger? John Terry slipping in a Champions League final to lose the Champions League on that day, or Gerrard slipping against Chelsea, which did cost us the title in the end. However, it was actually the game against Crystal Palace that cost us the title when we were, what, 3-1 up, and then we threw it away and drew 3-3. I personally believe that Crystal Palace made us lose that game. I think so. Like, obviously Chelsea did as well. Those run of games were horrible for 2014 Liverpool, but Crystal Palace was the final dagger. We should have won that game and we just didn't. Italy, don't you dare. Oh, just over the bar. Loco, can you do a run with Aruba on 2014? Yeah, I'll give it a shot one day. If you want any Aruba content, I believe I did a standard run with Aruba about 3 years ago. It is on the channel, but I think when I didn't back then, it might have been on professional difficulty, so not the best. But it's still there if you want to see it. What international games have you watched in person? I've watched England versus Montenegro, and I've watched England versus France in Donbass in Ukraine back in 2012 Euros. I watched that game live. I actually went to Ukraine and watched it. Decent game. It only ended 1-1. What's the goalkeeper doing there, man? Yeah, I went to the Donbass stadium, you know, the Shakhtar thing. Brilliant stadium. I loved going to Ukraine. Ukraine is a very nice country. Well, before all this, like, you know, stuff with Russia happened. But yeah, very good back at the time. Any thoughts on Landon Donovan? He's a legend, isn't he? From what I know, he's a bit of a legend in American football. Unless he's done something to tarnish that legacy. I hope not. That's going to be a free kick to us. What we got? That's a problem with football fans. You can do great things as a player, but one mistake and they'll hate you. David Seaman would agree. Yeah, that's it. People focus on the mistakes rather than the actual, like, good stuff. Imagine if, like, I don't know, like, let's use a random example. Liverpool are about to win the league again next year or something, and Salah misses a crucial opportunity to win the game against someone, I don't know, on the final day of the season, and we lose the league to Man City on the final day on points. That will be what people will remember him for, not all the good stuff he's done. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the problem with football and sports in general. Like, you can be on top forever, and then one moment, just one moment, will take it all away. Look at Karius in 2018. Was a solid goalkeeper that season. You know, not the best, obviously, but he was solid for Liverpool. And then that game against Real Madrid just absolutely ruined him. I believe, though, I saw on Twitter the other day that he's been making a comeback, Karius. Is that true? Can someone, like, confirm that? He's actually been making a decent comeback. And, well, I'm really happy for him if he is making a comeback. Because, you know, he got destroyed that night. Like, his confidence and everything. Like, that must have been hard for someone to take. You know, any goalkeeper, even if it was like the Man United goalkeeper, I still would have been slightly sympathetic. Hey, 90 Zone, you are a legend. Hey, Loco, you're a legend. I buy a PS3 and the World Cup game because of you. Oh, nice one. I'm glad to see the community's buying these old games again and playing them as well. Another potential what-if scenario could be, what if Uruguay qualified for 2006? They lost on penalties in a playoff against Australia. Yeah, that is on my list as well. Thank you for suggesting that. Yeah, the what-if scenarios are pretty fun. I like doing them because it gives me a chance to play with the actual groups and, you know, actually try and do some cool stuff with them. What's the best football match you've ever been in? As in, do you mean watched it or played in a football match? Because I haven't really. Oh, good save, good save. I haven't really played in many football matches. Like, you know, I played like amateur football, like once or twice for my local town, but yeah, I didn't really get picked much. So yeah, I didn't really get to play. But football match I've actually watched in real life. It'll probably have to be the Yeovil game when they went to the playoffs in League One and they won against Brentford 2-1. That was the best football match that I've been to because obviously it meant so much for the town to get promoted and stuff like that. Even though it was, it turned out to be not a good thing in the end for Yeovil because it pretty much like sent us straight back down to, you know, the National League and stuff like that. In the end, it like literally, you know, sent its snowball effect, sorry, with Yeovil, sort of thing, from Championship down to the National League in like what, 5 years. Yeah, it's just but that day when we got promoted and got to the Championship, one league below the Premier League, it was like, wow, our little town got here. Like, what the hell? So we were playing teams like QPR, Birmingham, and, you know, Watford and stuff like that. You know, we get destroyed, but still, it was the occasion. And sometimes even Yeovil would actually win those games as well. So yeah, it was kind of like that. That was probably the best football match I've ever been in, just because of the occasion. Look at Trent, what he achieved with Liverpool, and then when he announces he leaves for Real Madrid, the fans boo him, which I think is crazy. Yeah, I'm on the side that, you know, I don't hate Trent. You know, I don't hate him. Like, why would I hate someone that basically won us the Champions League with that corner taken quickly? Also, the goal against Leicester at the end of the season, this season, effectively won us the league. Pretty much, that goal won us the league. Because we needed to beat them and we were struggling like mad to beat them because all they were doing was just sitting there, not doing an awful lot. And he came along, bang, straight in the back of the net, took his shirt off, hung it on the thing. I think that was quite poetic in a way. Like, here you go, this is my last thing. Yes, there is a side to Trent which can be quite snaky, but I don't think it's Trent himself. I believe it's his brothers. A lot of people have been complaining about his brothers being quite snaky, and I can actually quite kind of see that from what I've seen online and stuff like that. There definitely seems to be some snakiness going on with his brothers and stuff, but that's not really Trent. It's just the influence. Red card for Italy. And that makes the game hopefully slightly easier. Chiellini takes us out, and he's out for an early bath. Did you ever do a run with the Cook Islands? Yes, I did. It's on the channel. It wasn't the best, but it was still a run. So yeah, you can go and watch that after this if you want. It's on there. It's ready to be watched. Oh, that's going to be a penalty. Yes, penalty. Come on. Come on. The Italians are like just hacking me out. They're just like, no, Equatorial Guinea. No, you were not passed. And that was Perlo as well. He should know better than doing that. Alright, well, let's see what we can do. Let's see. Di Natale's coming on. Bodipo. Can he extend this goal-scoring run? Oh, Buffon just saved it. Oh, sorry. Did I... why did I not read that right? Why did I say Why did I say Cook Islands? I don't know why. Man, I can't read. Like that was a stupid moment. But sorry, Turk and Caicos Islands. Um, yes, I've done a basic run with the Turk and Caicos Islands, but not qualifying, and I need to do qualifying soon. Yeah, apologies. I didn't read that correctly. There we go. There's our goal. We score from open play, and that's a PT again with the goal. And he's got one against Italy here. I'm in two minds about this run. Like, I want it to be good, but at the same time, I want to do a run afterwards. But because we streamed 3 times and it's taken like 2 hours, it is getting towards 10 o'clock. So I think I'm just going to concentrate on making this run a really good run, I think. And then next stream we'll do 2. Apologies for that, guys. You know, it wasn't my fault entirely. It was OBS and the settings that I had it on. You know, the settings worked last time. I don't know why they don't work anymore. It's really dumb. You know, 1 minute it'll be fine, and then 1 minute it'll be like, nope, sorry, not doing that. It's like, okay. Crossed him. Header. Oh, just caught. Thank you. The goalkeeper's got a cool name, Danilo Clementino. That sounds Italian more than some of the Italian players on there. Danilo Clementino. Sounds quite Italian. Or it sounds like one of those brain rot Italian things, you know what I mean? Like ballerina cappuccina, like one of those things, you know? Kind of sounds like brain rot. Oh man, I just run off. Hey dude, how you doing? I can't read your name properly. Like it begins with a C, but I think you know you're talking to me. So yeah. Hey, how you doing? I'm sorry I can't read it. I'm basically illiterate at this stage. I couldn't even read basic English in front of me just a second ago. Did you used to collect the World Cup stickers? Yes, I did. I never completed any albums, but I do have the stickers. In fact, I've actually got some of the stickers in the 2014 game. Like some of my my spares are in there. So yeah, I kept them in there. It's Kasha, I think. Okay, Kasha. Hopefully that's the case. Sasha. Oh, Sasha. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Sasha. Hope you're doing good. We are, if you have not noticed already, we're doing a run with Equatorial Guinea. We're in the round of 16. We're about to beat Italy. They're down to 10 men. Quarterfinal is on the cards, which is great. I want to push this to, you know, a quarterfinal, semi-final situation. Then we can have a good video to take away from this stream, because you weren't here earlier, but we had some problems with the stream and it's been quite kind of annoying. But it's stabilized now. 3rd time's the charm, as we said, right? Equatorial Guinea just wasting time, and Italy just keep trying to hack me out, and you know it's not doing them any favors because they're giving away free kicks on the edge of the box. What countries have you been to, and what countries or cities would you want to go to? So I've been to obviously Philippines and Croatia, Belgium, Italy. I've been to Italy. I've been to the UAE as well, but only like very briefly. Just trying to think what else. There's a couple more. Obviously, like Scotland and Wales. I mean, they don't technically count, but they do in a way. They're still part of the United Kingdom, but they are separate countries, so I can count them. I can throw those in if I want to. Yeah, I believe that might be. Oh, and Ukraine as well, and Turkey. Yeah, Turkey was actually my first holiday, so I've been to Turkey. Countries I'd like to go to. There's only like a couple on my list now. I'd like to go to a Caribbean country. whether that be like, a small Caribbean island or, you know, one of the main ones sort of thing, like Jamaica. I mean, Jamaica is a small Caribbean island, but it's one of the bigger ones. But yeah, like Trinidad and Tobago, maybe that would be cool. I'd love to go somewhere like that. Maybe you can do that as a cruise, potentially. Did 2010, did 2010 have the stuttering step? You can do that by pressing the shoot button before the pen taker takes the ball. Yes, it does. It does, but it really affects the penalty. It like makes the penalty harder to take, if you know what I mean. Like it's kind of like a risk reward situation because you can fool the goalkeeper, but at the same time, it might just go miles over the bar. We just beat Italy. We just beat Italy. 1-0, and the run continues. The run continues. I love it. I love it. You should visit Georgia. Oh, okay. Georgia might be an interesting place, maybe. You should go to Aruba. I went multiple times and it's amazing. See, somewhere like Aruba would be right up my street, you know. I would love to go somewhere like Aruba. It's just out the way. You know, I imagine there's quite a lot of tourists there, but still, um, it's just like I said, it's out the way and stuff like that. There are places like that in the Philippines, like places where that weren't very touristy, but it was still very nice to go to, sort of thing. That's what I really like about sort of places like that. I'm not really someone like to go to Spain or something like that because like Spain is too touristy for someone like me. I want to I want to go somewhere out the way when I'm on holiday. Um, you know, and another one I wouldn't mind going to is Iceland as well, but obviously, that's more of a different style of holiday. Um, so yeah, those are the countries, I guess. You are currently in Greece, Rhodes, Greece. That sounds amazing, dude. I hope you're having a good time. So we got some updated results. Brazil beat Sweden 2-1. Syria beat Burkina Faso 2-1, but then lost against Brazil in the quarterfinal. Russia beat the Czech Republic 1-0. We got Germany beating Switzerland 1-0. We beat Italy 1-0. Sorry, Germany beat Switzerland 3-0. Um, South Africa and Serbia had an amazing game. 4-4, and then South Africa beat them on penalties. I would love to see the highlights of that game, but unfortunately we can't. Then Spain beat Zimbabwe 5-0. So we got Germany. So it's poised to be probably a Spain versus Germany semi-final unless we can break that mold sort of thing. Um, yeah, so we got Russia versus Brazil, so that could be a finalist if we can get there. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, lots of injuries. I love that. I love that when the game does that. Angria needs to friendly match against England. That would be cool, but they would get absolutely pummeled. They would get pummeled. But then again, England's performance against Andorra the other day was well, it left a lot to be desired. And then the match against Senegal, I have never seen an England match turn so sour in a friendly match just because Senegal was, you know, beating them. Like the boos that rang around that stadium were just like incredible. It was just a friendly match, but the England fans were booing like crazy. I don't blame them, but it's like it's just a friendly match, and Senegal are a decent team. Shockingly, OBS is still alive. It is, and it's still running at 7%. So I think we've done it, guys. I think we've found the right settings for streaming. Finally, after 3 attempts. Yeah, so, you know, great stuff. But I think today, because this run has got so far and we had so many complications and it's quite late in England right now, I think I'm just going to focus on this run and then next time we will do more runs. I've got a special run coming up in for streaming. It's a double run with North and South Korea. So stay tuned for that on stream. We're gonna play as North Korea and South Korea on each ends of the table and see how far we can get with both of them. And the plan is basically to get one of them to a final. One of them to a final. I think that'll be a cool run. I think that'll be a really cool run because obviously they're rivals, but obviously, Yeah. So I think it'll be a cool run. So we got Germany next. I'm not looking forward to this match. It could be the end of the run. But we'll see. We'll see. This run's been good though. Like it has had its decent moments. Like obviously the game against Uganda. We just beat England. We beat Italy as well. It's been a good run. So we'll just keep going and see what happens. What if Ochoa played for Yeovil? Probably wouldn't concede any goals. uh, Depends though. Uh, Yeovil would have to sign up for the World Cup to get World Cup form Ochoa, wouldn't they? That's what they say about Ochoa, don't they? He's really good at World Cups, but then average at club level. That's what they say anyway. That's what I've heard. England should be winning like 9 or 10-0 over Andorra. The thing is, like, I'm not discrediting Andorra. Like, obviously, they sat 10 men in the box and just tried to get the draw, and it almost worked. That's the shocking thing. It almost worked. And I always keep saying it to people that these smaller teams are getting better, like slightly better every day. Look at Luxembourg. Luxembourg have just suddenly become like a decent team, reaching the playoffs of the Euros qualification. That is, I know they got like slapped by Portugal in that qualifying campaign, but there were matches where you thought like, really, Luxembourg are winning that sort of thing. So, I mean, I'm not saying Andorra are at the same level, but yeah, they are getting better. Excuse me. Pull a Greece 2004 against Germany. I'd love to do that, especially with Equatorial Guinea. If we can get a solid semi-final run out of this, I think it will be definitely worthy of a highlight. I think it already is ready, like worthy of a highlight. To be fair. Ref, like, oh, okay, it was a decent challenge. This has been quite a hard run as well so far. We've not faced anyone like bad. Even though I randomized the whole tournament sort of thing, it's we've not faced anyone like a minnow. We are the minnow pretty much. So yeah. Go on. Yes! Yes! Come on, we just snuck it in, and that is Badipo. He scores against Germany to make it 1-0. And Equatorial Guinea, like, the start, I got destroyed 4-1 by the Czechs. No, like, defending happened in that game whatsoever. And then here we're, like, leading against Germany. Yeah, incredible. What is your wildest AI successful run? Mine was when I played as Sierra Leone and Zambia with Ivory Coast were in the semi-final. The final was me versus Zambia. South Africa got to the quarter-finals, All Africa World Cup. I would say the other day I did a run. I can't remember what it was on. It might have been just like a what-if scenario or whatever. But Greece won the World Cup, I think, in one of my runs, or got to the final at least. I think they might have won it. And I thought, like, wow, really? They went from qualification all the way to, you know, the World Cup. Oh, no way! Oh, come on! I didn't even press the X button. Didn't press the X button. Oh, that better not be like a card or anything like that. Okay, no. Michael Ballack to take the pen. No, it's 1-1. That was a BS penalty because I didn't actually press the tackle button. I just pressed the A button to clear it, and he did the slide. And yeah, well, Germany have equalised, and that's 1-1. Okay, well, just 2010 things, and already they tackled me from the centre circle. I need to lock in. That's what I need to do. What's my favorite chips or like crisps? If you're talking that, I would say Pringles. Oh, that was close. Yeah, Pringles are pretty good. Cheetos are good as well, but you don't really find them here that much in the UK. Not that much. You only get like one flavor, and it's always like hot, and that's it. It's not like cheesy or anything like that. At least in my town, anyway. Um, I'd say Monster Munch are pretty good. I don't know if you guys have that. I love Monster Munch. Like, I love those. But I'd say recently, in the last like year or two, I haven't really ate crisps that much or chips. I haven't really ate them that much. I tend to eat nuts now. That careful, careful. I tend to eat nuts more than crisps. It's just healthier. I tend to eat almonds now. I love almonds. My wife introduced me to almonds, and ever since then I'm just like I'm addicted to them. Like I love them, and they're good protein as well. Oh, that was almost another random shot from outside the box. But yeah, yeah, nuts are really good protein, like really nice snack, and they're healthy as well. So I've been eating more nuts recently, which does it sounds really dodgy. You love Monster Munch too? They are pretty goated, to be fair. They are pretty goated, especially the Flamin' Hot flavor. Like, Flamin' Hot Monster Munch is so good. And then roast beef is good as well, and then I'd say pickled onion is the standard flavor, and that can be like, you know, third or whatever. If we're doing a tier list, a quick tier list of them. I don't know if there's any other flavors. I believe they once had like a flavor when I was a kid where it turned your tongue blue. They had a flavor like that. That was pretty cool. But I guess they got banned because of like the coloring or whatever. Lots of stuff from the 90s that we used to have as kids, like for sweets and stuff like that. You don't see them anymore because like the coloring and stuff was like, it's like harmful. It's like really bad for your health. Or they just like discontinued it because it's unhealthy. Yeah, nuts, like, yeah, cashews. You like cashews? That's cool. I haven't really tried cashews. Yeah, I got a jar of almonds here. And, yeah, I just snack on them, sort of thing. But I'm not hungry right now because I've already had a steak for dinner, so I'm really full right now. I just want to try and beat Germany and get to this semi-final, but I think they're going to make it really, really awkward. I don't think that Equatorial Guinea have another giant killing streak in them. I don't think they do. Oh, see, headed out and it went straight to Ozil, who just smashes it in. Goalkeeper left standing. Look at this. Crossed in, headed out, straight to Ozil, like literally on a plate. It was like, here you go, sir, have a goal. 2-1. Quarterfinal will still be good with Equatorial Guinea. Don't get me wrong. How's that not foul? He tripped me up. Peanuts are your favourite. Yeah, I'm not really too fond of peanuts. I like almonds. So I think I'm just gonna stick with almonds. There's still hope. Come on, I am trying. I am trying. The problem is if I put the team in attacking, which is what I really want to do right now, it might mess everything up at the back. But I think we're just gonna have to go for it, aren't we? Already, literally, as soon as I pressed the button, they were like, pass, 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 bang, goal. No, no way. Okay, right. It's still possible. I know that sounds really delusional. Oh my goodness, they just took it away from me. I think they're on another level, I think, Germany, than Italy and everybody else. Yes, 3-2. Come on, what a game we're having right now. But Depot, 61st minute, and there is a small chance. There is. Do you play on PS3 or the emulator? I play on Xbox 360. So yeah, console. I wish in a way, I wish I had an emulator, because then, you know, if like there's no such, like with the emulator, obviously, you don't have trouble like the disc breaking or scratching or whatever, you know, sort of thing. But at the same time, I'm playing it in its purest form in a way, like the way it was like made and everything. I don't know, but there's plus sides and negatives to each, I guess. Germany are just going to keep the ball here. I can see it happening. I've had so many runs like this where, you know. Oh, why did you run away, dude? He ran away up the side of the pitch. I was like, what are you doing? 70th minute. Still. Oh, that was a horrible cross by Germany. 3-3, then win on pens, just like Liverpool in 05. Yeah. The miracle of South Africa from Equatorial Guinea. It's got to be done, right? Ref, like, yeah, thank you. I was just about to say, how are they about to get away with that? Stream is still good as well. Do Malawi? We'll see. We'll see about time. Oh my goodness, that was a poor pass. Just let it dribble out. Let everybody reset. Yeah, not out of production hardware, exactly. Once the, you know, if the Xbox 360s that I have like break, how many more am I gonna get? Like, seriously. Oh, hooked away by Germany. They're being really irritating at the moment. Okay. I played this game when I was in my younger years, when I was in the hospital. I'm looking for a console to play, but I don't know if I'll play it often. It's still good to have it though, just in case you want to play it, or you want to play any older games from the 360 era or PS3 era. I don't just have my 360 just for this game. I have it for like the older 360 titles, like Driver San Francisco. You can't play that game anymore, like unless you have an emulator or have it on disc. So yeah, Drive for San Francisco is an amazing game. Like, it's so underrated, and I love going back to it, like, from time to time. Oh my god, Germany are just all over me. 88th minute. Oh, no way! I literally had it right there, and Adler stole it out of my hands. Feet, sorry. No way. Oh, no, 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 no. Gomez, Gomez, Gomez. Gomez might do it. Oh, no. Come on, get out of field, get out of field, get out of field, get out of field. No, we don't have time for messing about like that. Come on. No! Oh, no way! Oh, no! Come on! Oh, Germany! I tried to shoot at the end, and the guy dragged me out of the shooting animation. And, oh, no way! That was a good match, but it was just obviously Germany were a bit too much for us in that one. Yeah. That is a bit of a shame, but quarterfinal, I'll take that. That is a good run. I'm tempted to do one more. I'm tempted to do one more with the thing. I don't know why this thing's not working. Maybe it's not plugged in. Yeah, I'm tempted to do one more. It's a bit dark in here. I need to get the light on. How am I gonna do? Where am I gonna plug this in? Where am I gonna plug it in? Maybe in here. Hold on. There it is. There we go, a tiny bit of light. A bit of back. Oh, Brazil won the World Cup against Spain, and Russia and Germany had a good game in the third place playoff. It was 3-3. Um, yeah, but it doesn't tell you who won, which kind of sucks. Um, yeah, so that was a good run with Equatorial Guinea. I'll do one more random nation. I won't pick one from the chat, even though people have been suggesting and stuff. Um, I want to do it random because that's what the title says. And I want to extend the stream just a little bit longer as well because we had lots of problems with this one. But the Equatorial Guinea run as a like a video was pretty good. There was some good moments. I just hope that it was stable. You know what I mean? Like in the good moments. I don't care if it's not stable in the bad moments, like, you know, the quiet moments where it was like stuttering and lagging. But if it was lagging during that really good shot that Uganda did, that'd suck. That'd really suck. I was 3 years old when Everton last won a trophy. That's crazy. I'm 33 now. All right, we're gonna do one more. We'll do one more, and yeah, we'll you know, hold on. Did an advert pop up for you guys? I didn't actually have the advert in or whatever. So yeah, sorry about that. That was a stupid advert thing. It just come up on my thing saying advert inserted. I was like, no, no. All right, we're gonna spin it. If you guys can see it, we're gonna spin it, and we're gonna see what we get. Ready? One, two, three. Let's have a look and see what we get. Five, four, three, two, one. And what do we get? We got Taiwan. We got Taiwan, or Chinese Taipei as they're called on this game. So that's cool. That's actually like you know, a decent nation to finish off or whatever. Um yeah. So yeah. Let's do that. Chinese Taipei or Taiwan. That's what the reel got. I need to really try and incorporate it on the stream, like as in actually have the wheel in the bottom corner or something. I need to try and do that. I need to learn how to do it. But yeah, we will see. We will see. So first we get Taiwan, which is over here. And then we get South Africa because South Africa have to be in the tournament because they're the host. And then we just put a bunch of AI teams in there. Boom, that'll do. And then we just do the run. Hopefully we have a good run with Taiwan, but they are a half-star team, so that is that's good in a way because it probably won't be a long stream. And it's bad because obviously we won't get many highlights. Unless we have a game which is like 5-5, then that's really cool. So let's just draw all these teams quickly. And okay, so we got some of the other teams. Group A's looking okay. Maybe Group B will look a little bit better. Yeah, okay. Group B, I wouldn't mind that. Or Group C. Any Group A, B, or C, I wouldn't mind. The others, no. I don't want them. I don't want them. Okay. So yeah, Ghana and Nigeria. Okay, here we go then. We have Mozambique in Group A. I kind of want Group A now. I know there's Ivory Coast, but yeah, you should do captain your country more often. I should, to be fair. I should. The only reason I don't is because captain your country, obviously you're only playing as one player, and sometimes it can be a bit boring waiting for the game to actually you know, waiting for the game to actually pass it to you or set up a situation for you to score or whatever. Prophet says, how did you and the lady meet? Met online. I basically, to be honest with you, I went out of my way to try and find a girl that was like, you know, internationally sort of thing. You know, I was looking in South America and Asia. I was like, you know, that's where I want to try and, you know, do sort of thing. Uh, and yeah, and then she messaged me, and I went to the Philippines, and it just grew from there. I guess we were friends, and then obviously it became more than that, and now we're married. So yeah, I mean that's how quickly it can go, really, within 5 years. Yeah, lucky, very lucky man. I am very lucky. You know. I did try and date in the UK, obviously, but I think that I don't mean to sound bad when I say this, but um, obviously the rest of the world has different standards of beauty and like morals compared to like the UK in terms. So like for example, in the UK, I'm I consider myself not to be very good looking or whatever, but if I go to like somewhere like the Philippines, a lot of people say they keep like, the first time I went there, everybody was like, oh my God, like, you look so cute, you look so handsome. Never got that in the UK ever. Never ever. And obviously there are bad actors out there that just want your money and stuff like that. Obviously there is, but it's just that it just makes you feel appreciated, sort of thing. And my wife is just like the best person I could ever ask for. Makes me feel appreciated, makes me feel loved, stuff like that. So, if you wanna try and find someone nice, and you got a little bit of money behind you, you to go traveling and stuff like that, find a travel buddy and stuff like that, then why not try doing it internationally? Why not, right? I mean, of course, if you want to buy a visa, that's really expensive. That's super expensive. I don't recommend that part. It's good when you get it, but it's a hard process. Super, super hard. But I'm glad I did it in the end because, money always comes back, right? It always comes back in one shape or form. So, yeah. That's me being real with you, you know what I mean? That's me being super real with you. That's why I did it, sort of thing. And to be honest with you, like before I got married and stuff like that, when you use those types of dating sites, you get far more attention than you do with your own country, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know. It depends where you live. I'm guessing because you got NUSC in your thing, you live in the UK as well. Oops. But yeah, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? You got to play the game, and um, yeah. In the end, I don't swing that way. I say you're decent looking in a friendly way. Thank you. Thank you. I generally have or had a low opinion on myself until I went to places like the Philippines and stuff like that. Because their beauty standards and stuff like that are very different out there, um, compared to the United Kingdom sort of thing. So yeah. So yeah. That's I guess the whole gist of it, I guess. But yeah, no, it turned out really nice in the end. Obviously married now and everything. Never thought I'd be saying that like 5 years ago or 10 years ago. So yeah, yeah, it's awesome. We got beat Sweden. This group is literally Russia, Sweden, and Denmark. Very European. Can Taiwan or Chinese Taipei, if you prefer, beat Sweden. Doubtful, very doubtful, but it's quite an interesting nation to play as because, again, they don't turn up on most FIFA games and, they don't do much in World Cup qualifying either. I have used them in the past, but only as a standard run. I don't think I've done a qualifying run with them on 2010. I might have done them on 2014, but that was probably back in the days when I was using a lower difficulty, maybe. It is really hot in this room. It's really hot. I think the equipment is making the room hotter. And obviously it's quite hot in the United Kingdom right now. UK heat is like, oh my goodness, that's an insane ball. And that's miles over the bar. Yeah, UK heat is just like insane. compared to like the rest of the world. Like I said, I've been to the Philippines in 38-degree heat, but at least you get like the wind and everything like that. In the UK, it's literally nothing. Like you get heat and that's it. Like you do not get anything else. 22 degrees can feel like, I don't know, like 40 degrees or something like that. Yeah, if you live in the UK, you will know. You'll know. Even my partner said it. Like obviously she's from Philippines and it's really hot over there. And the other day, I think we had 28-degree heat, and yeah, it was like she was saying like, oh, it's too hot, I can't bear it, it's too hot. I'm like, you're from a hot country, you're from like a tropical island, and you're complaining about the UK heat. I said to her, I was like, it's not a myth, see? I told you, it's true, it's all true. So yeah, yeah, UK heat is a different beast. What is my goalkeeper doing? Okay, it's offside. Have you ever been in Greece? You should visit us sometime, speaking about summer destinations. I wouldn't mind going to Greece one day. Currently, I'm not looking at going abroad right now, just because, like I said, I've only just got my wife here, and we want to explore England more. I want to show her lots of England and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously when we get a bit more money behind us and we've done with England exploring, we'll go back and do the abroad stuff and stuff like that. Obviously, I'll probably be spending most of my time going back to the Philippines for vacations and stuff like that, because obviously family are there and everything. So yeah, but I'm sure we can find time for Greece or something like that. Also, the Dutch heat is way too hot. I imagine it is as well, because obviously UK and Netherlands are very close to each other, so we probably share the same climate pretty much. 82 Fahrenheit is not that bad, especially if you live in Texas. See, I'm not sure too much about Fahrenheit because I work in degrees, but that just sounds quite high. It sounds quite high. I imagine Texas gets quite hot. I imagine it does. What was that defending by Taiwan? He just went like this, like a little bunny, like bounced out for a corner. Oh, Taiwan, come on. Oh, there's no strength in this side. In a way, like I said, it picked a good nation for us to end on, but at the same time, like, not a good run to, like, do anything spectacular. It's just going to be one of those runs where we're lucky to get a goal, but I'm good with that for first stream back in 6 months. Ibrahimovic just wide. In Texas, it can get up to 110 Fahrenheit. That is insane. That is insane. I hope that your house has aircon. I hope it does. So far the stream has been very, well, we're an hour in and the stream has been very stable compared to the rest of the night where it will give up about half an hour in. It's actually stable, so we've actually done it. We've made it better, which is great. I'm going to see if I can try and stream on Sunday, because Sunday is my day off, and usually, like, I don't really do anything on a Sunday apart from record videos. So maybe I'll take the time to actually do another stream on Sunday. Maybe. I just forgot that Sweden have Majstorovic, and he's literally like, he's a bold defender. Bold defenders OP on this game. But Taiwan are holding their own. They're doing some good defending as well. That's a hell of a ball. Can we do anything with this? No. Okay, it just gets taken away. I think that the plan is really to draw against Sweden if we can, and then use the momentum and form to try and beat Russia and Denmark. But again, Oh, that was a massive miss for Sweden. How on earth did they not, yeah, score that chance? Massive wasted opportunity. Hey, Turbo Loco, do you mind if I tell you my favorite national teams? Go ahead, dude. You can tell me, I don't mind. Say it's quite quiet at the moment in the chat. It's, you know, it's okay. It's probably because it's late everywhere. That's all right. What we got? It was 42 degrees in Rhodes in the afternoon. Now it's like 29 at night. That's not bad because I guess in Greece you got that Mediterranean kind of air, you know, the wind and stuff. I imagine it's quite, you know, good. But I couldn't cope with the heat. I'm more used to the rain and the cold weather in Scotland. Yeah, I'd love to go to Scotland. I think we got Scotland on our plans soon. We're gonna go to Edinburgh soon, but I don't know when. But yeah, we're gonna go Edinburgh one day, just for like a couple of days. And it's looped in by Ibrahimovic. The goalkeeper didn't even bother. He was just like, no, I'm not saving that. Real says, greatest game. This proper nostalgia about this game and World Cup. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, dude. One of the best World Cup games they've ever made. Possibly, maybe even one of the greatest FIFAs they've ever made. Maybe. Might be a bit of a hot take there, but yeah, Sweden are 1-0 up thanks to that amazing header by Ibrahimovic. Didn't really help, the goalkeeper didn't even move, but okay. Oh, okay, no foul. Alright. Crossed in by Sweden again. Headed straight out to this dude. And it's gone out for a corner. I have plenty of national teams like Haiti, Afghanistan, North Korea, China, Taiwan, Sri Lanka, Greece, San Marino. You have their jersey as well. That's cool. Quite a diverse set of teams there. I say like most of those teams I actually quite like as well, to be fair, like most of them. I always kind of root for the underdog in international football, sort of thing. Unless England get to a final, then I'm all England, sort of thing. You know, obviously when we got to the Euro final against Spain and stuff like that. But during the Euros, when the tournament was like, you know, in the group stages, I was like, I really wanted Georgia to go out the group stage. They did, and stuff like that. You know, I always root for the underdogs. I always want Croatia to do well as well in international tournaments, which they pretty much do, to be fair. Tripped, and oh, what a save! Oh, that was very close to being an equaliser. Crossed in and punched away. Taiwan are really battling, but unfortunately we're just too little to do anything here against Sweden. Only 1-0 down there. I think the real Taiwan would have like been blown away by now. Would have been like maybe like 6-0. You wanted Albania to get out of the group? Yeah, Albania did quite well in Euro 2024. Just unfortunate they just didn't get out of the group in the end. Unlucky, that was a decent attempt. Hey Daniel, how are you doing? Daniel Mestrovic played here in Greece with AEK Athens, absolute beast of a defender. I'm a Panathinaikos fan now. Ah, okay, that's why he's so good on this game then. Because, yeah, he's just such a hard defender to get past. I always say it, like, bold defenders are so overpowered. You like Vidic, Mestrovic, Cellini. There's always the bold ones. There's always the bold ones. Come on. There we go. Just got it before he got it. I guess Taiwan under your management is more than a minnow, to be honest with you. Yeah, they are improved. They've definitely improved. But I don't think we're going to get any like wins in this one. I think the group is a little bit tough. Could have done with another minnow in there. Ben Turner says, I'm a huge fan of your channel and have been for years. Thank you. That's really nice of you to say. I'm glad that you enjoy the content, Ben. Thank you. And welcome to the stream as well. You're a little bit on the late side, but we still got a couple of matches to go with Taiwan at least. The Equatorial Guinea stream was better, but there's still time for this one to be good. I'll have to cross Equatorial Guinea and Taiwan off my list in a minute. Obviously, we don't play as them again when they come up in the wheel. Did you hear the news that Carlos Vela retired? No, I didn't. I didn't realise that. The only news I saw about retirements was Adam Lallana. 86th minute, I don't think we're going to do anything. We are trying to push, but it's just not happening. Maybe a cross into the box and maybe a lucky header might do it. No. Maybe an outside of the box shot. It's going to have to be. No. Just keep getting closed down. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Blocked. And hooked away by Sweden. It's going to be a corner. Last chance saloon for Taiwan. Only 1-0 down though. It's not bad. Headed out. I think that might be game over. Yeah, no. Larsson's got it. And he's running. And that's a through ball. And that's gone all the way through to Berg. And there's one player back to stop him. Can he stop him? No. Of course not. Thank you so much, Patrick. I didn't realise. Thank you so much for the $1. Thank you. That's really awesome. Thank you so much. You didn't have to, honestly. You didn't have to, but thank you so much. That's really, really kind. Thank you. I thought Lallana retired a long time ago. No, it was confirmed. It was confirmed. What was it? Like a day or two ago. Do you remember the Dos Santos brothers? I do, to be fair. I do remember, obviously, like 2010 World Cup. They're on this game, and 2014 as well, I believe. But yeah. No, I didn't really get to see him play that much, to be fair. Obviously, I don't really get to watch many Mexican football unless you're watching like the World Cup. You don't really get to see many Mexicans. The Mexican I remember most, and this is like really, really a long time ago. Was I believe he's Mexican anyway. Pedro Mendes for Portsmouth. That is he was a great player for Portsmouth. Fantastic. He was brilliant. Portsmouth back then were so good. So good. Yeah, Pedro Mendes, Kanu, I believe Lua, Kranjar, like Sol Campbell at the back as well. It's like, what, like, how did they have that kind of team? And now obviously they were mismanaged, but yeah, they won the FA Cup, didn't they? Portsmouth, a very long time ago. But yeah, doing East African World Cup, like Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia, Sudan, Kenya, etc. That's a cool idea. Might do that for a video idea. Thank you, Blue. Lots of people ask me to do like those types of World Cups, like an all like an all Stan World Cup sort of thing, like Afghanistan, Uzbekistan. But I don't think there's enough stands in the world. You know what I mean? There's only like a few, but it's a cool idea. But yeah, East African World Cup, divide Africa, and then it might be enough teams. Might be able to throw in some other ones in there. Next up, we have Russia. Yeah, basically we're screwed in this one. Russia are gonna destroy us, absolutely destroy us. You got an Asia qualifier idea? Let's see it. Let's see it in the chat. Yakubu played as well for Portsmouth. Yeah, Yakubu, beast, absolute beast. Pedro Mendes is actually Portuguese. Is he? Oh, I apologize. I apologize, Hamlet. I thought he was Mexican. I thought he was Mexican. I was always under the impression that he was Mexican. Um, ah, I apologize. I thought it was. I was always under the impression that he was Mexican. I don't know why. Maybe because of the name. That's very stereotypical of me. I apologize. But when I was a kid, I always thought he was Mexican. Um, yeah. Yeah, but he was a great player anyway. Like I said though earlier in the stream, Luis Hernandez, Chicharito, there you go. See, you just brought up another person there. Chicharito, even though he played for Man United back in my youth, sort of thing, and it was very annoying that he played for Man United because he was actually a brilliant super sub for Man United. Yeah, fantastic player. Great player to get off the bench. Alex Ferguson put him on. Like, if they were Man United was struggling, he'd just go Chicharito on, and then, oh yeah, he'll get a goal. It's like, what? Like, he's so good. Hey Pedro, I'm having a good day. How are you? I hope you're having a good day too. Marcelo, Pepe Reina, Johnny Evans, and Hummels have retired this period. A lot of legends going, unfortunately. Is Yan Yaji on this roster? I'll quickly have a look in a second. Marcus Berg, he was a Panathinaikos striker back in 2014 to 17. Too bad our financial problems were in his prime. He was an absolute beast as well. Djibril Cissé also played for us. We had great players. Do you play PES 13? I've got PES 12, but not 2013. I'm looking to get more games to add to my roster, but sometimes when I buy games for my Xbox, sometimes they don't work. Like the discs, when I buy them, the discs will be in such poor condition. Like, you know, people don't look after the discs when they sell them. It's almost like they intentionally scratch them before they sell them to you. It's really annoying. Even though they only cost like, you know, £2, it's still like, you know, you bought the game and it doesn't work, so you have to send it back, or, you know, just keep it on the shelf, I guess. See if we can beat Russia. Giant of the group. But, oh, I just gave it straight to him. The thing is with sides like Taiwan is you really need to get them going quickly. Otherwise you end up digging yourself a hole and, you know, you get overrun. You have to support Russia for this one. That's okay. How about Hector Herrera and Andrea Garrado? Can't say I heard of them, to be fair, dude. Oh, again, Russia coming close. Chicharito, bad diver. I don't know. I can't really say I've witnessed Chicharito diving, to be fair. I might be wrong. I can't remember. The who who was a player back in like when I was growing up that dived all the time? I can't remember. I remember as a kid, like, you know, you'd be in your friendship group and you just say, you know, such and such player is a diver, just to like get your friends to like, you know, get mad, sort of thing. So obviously, you know, growing up, like most of my friends were Man United fans, so you know, if Rooney scored like a penalty, I'd turn around and be like, "Oh, he dived for that penalty," or whatever, and they'll be like, "Shut up!" Like they never dive. Rooney never dives, and you know, it's just rage bait, isn't it? Back in like, you know, my time, just say someone's a diver. I remember back at school when if you said Neymar was a diver, kids would get so angry at you, like. And he's like, no, he's not a diver. It's like, he clearly is, though. Back in his early days, he was a bit of a diver. Oh, good times, though. Good times. How about that crazy claim that Dele Alli wanted to find a way to earn a spot for the England national team? That situation was just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Have you seen that Mika Richards dive? I think I know what you're talking about. I think. But I might have to view it again just to refresh my memory. I'm just going to shoot from distance and just see. Okay, well, we had a shot at least. Russia are just really, like, just too good at the moment. Deco loved the dive. Deco was, he was a hell of a player, but yeah. Basically, when I was growing up, the general thing was that if a player was Portuguese, they were going to dive. That's basically, the general thing that people said. And that only came about because Portugal eliminated us from the 2006 World Cup. So everybody kept saying that Portugal were cheaters, Portugal were like divers and stuff like that, and it made things at school really awkward because when I was growing up at school, we had quite a lot of Portuguese students at our school. So obviously they play football with us at lunchtimes and stuff. And then obviously after that World Cup, like, they were like a little bit shy to play with us because of what happened. It's like, we're not going to do anything. We're not, we're not like, we're not like ultras or whatever. We're not going to like beat you up. We're not like that at all. But yeah, that 2006 World Cup definitely changed everything. Especially the attitude towards Portugal. I can't stand Neymar. He dives a lot and loves to fake being injured. Yeah, a lot of people said that about Neymar before. I don't know what he's like today. I can't imagine he's diving around in the Saudi League. Like, that would just be embarrassing. Joey Barton dived a bit. He was a super cult figure, though. Yeah. I never really, like, witnessed Joey Barton dive. Actually, there is one player that took a dive against us when Yeovil were in the championship. When we played Reading, do you guys remember a player called Adam Lefondre? He took a massive dive against Yeovil, and I remember actually I was in the home stand with all the other fans, and when he did it, and they got a penalty out of us. Here we go, Taiwan. Oh, go on. Oh, that's a hell of a clearance. Oh, he plays for Santos now? Sorry, I didn't realise. Yeah, when he did that, everybody behind that goal was incensed. It was a clear dive, man. It was a clear dive. That was like 2014. I can't believe I remember that from 10 years ago. But, yeah. And the fact is as well, like, after he did the dive and scored the penalty, obviously gave it all that to the home fans sort of thing. It's like, man, like, you cannot lose your head more than that, you know what I mean? I mean, Portugal were cheaters. They weren't that good, besides Ronaldo and Figo. At least Greece beat them in 2004. And PES 2013 is arguably one of the better footy games. Some players have their ID and animations to a T. Oh, okay. Can you show us the story of qualifying scenarios in the 2010 World Cup game? I got videos on the channel that do that. They're good videos as well. They're actually some of my highest rated videos on the channel. So the only thing I would say is the microphone quality isn't as good as what it is now. So apologies, but they are on the channel if you want to watch them. Oh, what we got? Thank you, Grubby Coach, for watching my videos. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are trying our best with Chinese Taipei, but they're just not really at that level. We could have scored earlier, but unfortunately, Russia cleared it away from goal. I found a way to play Euro 2016 on PES 2016 with a legal console. If you have some way, DM me, please tell me. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you could reach out to me, I guess, on Discord. I'm on Discord. Just join my server. The link is in the descriptions and stuff. Did you find out that Uzbekistan qualified for the World Cup? Yes, I did. Very, very cool that they qualified for the World Cup, as did Jordan as well. I think that's awesome that Jordan and Uzbekistan are at the World Cup. But I'm going to say it was a long time coming. They have been very close to qualifying for very, very long time. 2014, both of them matched up against each other in playoffs, the Asia playoffs. went to penalties. I believe Uzbekistan won 9-8, I believe, or was it Jordan? I can't remember. And then obviously they both. Oh, that was a hell of a miss. They both had to play. They both have to play. One of them had to play. Not sorry. One of them had to play Uruguay and they lost 5-0. So they have been on the verge of qualifying for years, but they just haven't made it because the old system was like too closed off. And that is a good thing and a bad thing. I don't want to explain it too much, but yeah, the new system is good and bad for different reasons. Good because obviously new teams qualify. Bad because it waters down the competition. But you know, it's yet to be seen really. But yeah, it's cool that Uzbekistan and Jordan have made it. It's really cool. Uzbekistan is the Netherlands are qualifying. Wow, they were really that good, were they? I believe they came top of their group, didn't they? Did they come top of the group? Yeah. No, I don't, Hamlet. Sorry. Do you think the 2026 World Cup will be made? The game? I don't know. There's nothing in the news about its development. Obviously, EA don't own the license anymore, so it will be practically down to an individual developer to do it, and I can't see it happening in 1 year. Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't think we'll get it, to be fair, unless EA randomly get the license for the 2026 World Cup just for the tournament and feature the teams at that tournament. Like, for example, they just buy the license to the World Cup. You know what I mean? They just buy that license for that particular World Cup in 2026. They just buy it for a small fee sort of thing. Well, not a small fee, a big fee, because it's FIFA, isn't it, that own the license, not anyone else. So yeah, they could potentially do it like that, but the problem is at this stage it'll be rushed. Like, there's a year into the World Cup. The World Cup literally starts like a year in June, is it? And it's a longer World Cup as well. Yeah, I just can't see it being happening, to be fair. I can't see it happening, which is sad because, like, I want more World Cup games and more World Cup DLCs. I don't want DLCs that were like the 2022 World Cup DLC. I kind of want DLCs like, you know, the Euro 2024 DLC and the 2018 World Cup DLC, stuff like that, you know? I want that. I don't want the half-baked DLCs and stuff. I prefer a full game, but, you know, you can't get everything what you ask for. And it's crushed in by Russia. No, no, no. Oh, my goodness. You just gave the ball away. You just gave the ball away to Billy Netinov, who scores for... That was horrible defending. Guy chested it, and it wasn't really his fault. It was the animation. He sort of chested it into the path of Russia. So we've been eliminated, pretty much, which, you know, I guess it's bad, obviously, for the run. But good because I can go to bed early. But we'll try. We'll still keep fighting. See if we can get Taiwan any points in the next game. It is frustrating when you lose like that, though, to random defensive errors. That is really bad. But it's fine. Yeah, I know Sean's happy about that one. And, oh, Russia. Neri Castillo was a bit of a Mexican prodigy. Flourished at Olympiacos, faded at Man City around 2010. Oh, okay, I never knew that. They probably release another DLC for either FIFA or PES, or maybe 2K might make it. That is what I'm hoping for, that 2K picks up the license. But the fact is with 2K at the moment, like, you know, I love NBA, right? I do like the game. It's still decent if you want to play career mode and stuff like that, right? But it's heavily monetized with microtransactions and stuff like that. That's the route they're going. Old 2K was better, like back in 2013, 2011 sort of thing. Obviously, everything was. But can they make a decent? Can they make a decent? Can they make a decent football game? They don't have the how do you call it? They don't have the base for a football game. They make basketball games. They make um you know, they used to make American football games. I know that, and they were very good. From what I've heard, 2K5, NFL 2K5 was apparently one of the best football games, American football games ever. But they don't have a code for a football game. They just don't, right? So they're gonna have to build it from the ground up in 1 year, add all the teams, add all the licenses and stuff like that. They do have experience. That is true, Sasha. That is true. They do have experience in making sports games. No doubt about that. But they're going to have to build it from the ground up. And you cannot do that within a year without cutting a lot of corners. You cannot do that. They can make a basketball World Cup game, like a FIBA World Cup, a basketball World Cup game. They can definitely do that easily with the 2K, with the NBA 2K model, but they're going to have to build it from the ground up. Unfortunately, that's it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck if they do that. It's really gonna suck if they do that. So unfortunately, I think 2026 will be a DLC. Unfortunately, I think it will be a DLC. But there's nothing wrong with that inherently. Like as long as the DLC is good. However, yeah, it will be rushed either way. Now, it the thing is with a World Cup game, it has to be in development at least 2 or 3 years before the tournament starts. I don't know much about the history of this game, but I imagine this game, right, the FIFA 10 model, so to speak, this game, I believe they had a demo out for it, like it was like what? Like when did the demo come out for this game? It was like, I don't have the stats in front of me. Let's have a look, actually. Sorry to delay your time and stuff like that. Um, but I just want to know. I just want to know. So I got the page up here. So it was released in April 2010, right? Um, in North America. UK, it was released in the 30th of April 2010. It was in development actually for 12 months, this game. So maybe, um, well, yeah, that makes sense actually, thinking about it. So what I just said, maybe, um, doesn't ring true. That this game is like a masterpiece, and they did that in 12 months. But they already had the code for it from FIFA 10. FIFA 10 came out in 2009 because that's what FIFA do. They release the games before the season, right? So obviously, in 2009 it'll be 2010. In 2010 it'll be 2011, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? They always do it for the number is always ahead by a year, isn't it? It's like FC this year. It'll be this year. It was last year. It was FC 25. This year it'll be FC 26, even though it's 2025. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it, Michael. Exactly. 2K have nothing, and they had FIFA 10. So this game was developed in 12 months, which is actually really good because it's a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Well, like almost a 10 out of 10. They decided to release it as a standalone game rather than downloadable content. That's what it says on this page right here. It is Wikipedia, so take it with a pinch of salt. But it says here, 2010 World Cup, they decided to release it as a standalone game rather than downloadable content, citing the size, scope, and the uniqueness of the World Cup. Of the World Cup. Because the game was based on a single event, EA Sports was trying to compete authentically by working with FIFA and the host nation. Several members went to South Africa, recorded the vuvuzela noises during actual football games, adding to the variety. Got its fully rendered crowd, blah blah blah. The developers were also influenced by African themes in other areas, such as the soundtrack and menus. Blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff. But they were considering making this game as DLC. That is crazy. the fact that, like, you know, they could have sat down in a board meeting and gone, yeah, we'll make this DLC, and then this game would have been so, like, mid. It would have been so mid. Do you remember when Ultimate Team was a DLC for FIFA? Like, FIFA 10, you had to download Ultimate Team as a separate add-on um for FIFA 10. I remember those days. You had to literally download it onto your game because the Ultimate Team wasn't a thing back in 2009 and 2008. You know, it kind of was, but it wasn't like refined. And then obviously they refined it, added it to the game, made money off of it, you know, etc., etc. So yeah, if they release it mid 2026, they have a full year. That's the thing, though. It depends who it is. Um, you know, if it's EA, they have half a chance. They have half a chance of making it in 12 years. The resources that EA have, even though we always say that EA is evil and, you know, they're not a good company, blah blah blah, they are the best ones to do it, unfortunately. They are. They just are. Like, there's just no doubt about it. Their experience and knowledge in the football field, even though their football games now aren't as good as what they used to be, yeah. And Blue says in the chat as well, the World Cup games don't sell as well. That's why. Exactly. Exactly. DLCs are easier to just put out on the store. Charge, well, don't even charge anymore. They're free. They're free now. The Euro DLC, I think you had to pay for it for FIFA 12. I think that cost me like, I think it was like £10 at the time, maybe something like that. Yeah, to answer your question, Gray Chan, do you know if it's possible to play Euro 2012 or FIFA 12 on 360? Only if you bought it before. Only if you owned it before. So what you have to do is you go into your active download. I'll show you after this stream, actually. I'll show you. After this match, I'll show you. But you go into your previous download history on your Xbox, and you go all the way down until you find Euro 2012 and you re-download it. That's how I did it. I don't know if you can do that today because technically the marketplace for Xbox 360 is shut down, but I'll try it in a minute. I'll try it. But yeah, no, that's quite interesting to know about 2010 World Cup, that it was 12 months in development. 12 months to do all this? That's pretty impressive. Like 12 months. Obviously, they have a massive team doing it and stuff like that, reuse assets and stuff like that. You know, some of you might not be impressed, but the fact that this game is so good and, um, you know, yeah, it took them 12 months. That's insane. That's insane. You know, that's pretty good. These days, you wouldn't get that level of development. Like, try doing that these days, and it'll be buggy mess. It will be a buggy mess. Um, some DLCs like Euro 2012 and maybe Euro 2020 were actually pretty good. I remember the Euro 2016 DLC had one stadium. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play the Euro 2016 DLC because I never downloaded it previously, so I could never get it again. The 2012 DLC is really good for a standalone DLC. You got the tournament mode itself. No qualifying, which kind of sucks, but okay, whatever. You got kickoff mode. You had the online tournament as well. You get to play against people, and then you got the expedition mode, which was really, excuse me, really really good. Very very good mode. You know, where you get to beat nations, pick off their players and stuff like that. Fantastic mode. I'm actually still doing a series on it. I still need to finish it, but it's on the channel if you want to see it as well. Lots of stuff is on there. So final match of this tournament for Chinese Taipei or Taiwan is against Denmark. Let's try and win just before we log out of the stream. I believe it's 10. Yes, it is. So I really got to step things up because I want to go bed early. I've got to get up early tomorrow. Hey, Ken Time, how are you doing? Ken 7 Time, that is. Oh, that's a bad foul. Surely that's a red. No, okay. Did you like FIFA 2006? Yes, I did. I did. Yeah. I like both of them. FIFA 2006 normal game and the World Cup game. I like them both. Oh, so close by Taiwan there. I think that the best part of your channel is the World Cup 2010 journeys. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people say that to me. Um, like I say that as well, to be fair. I think that's probably my strongest content. You know, the fact that every single nation that we do in a qualifying run is different, has different outcomes, has different, you know, different things. You know, I always try and make it as authentic as I possibly can. Um, you know, with my runs. I don't just like win the tournament with every single team like other YouTubers may do. You know what I mean? They try and they just like I imagine other YouTubers will probably be like, oh, I'm gonna win the World Cup with every single nation. It's like, nah, like just upload the run and just see how it goes. You don't have to win it every single time because it makes it special when you do win. And we just scored against Denmark, and that's 1-0, and it's Chen Po Liang. He has scored the first goal for Taiwan at this World Cup, and that is 1-0. Like I said, everything's a different journey, you know, like this journey here, we've been eliminated, but we scored against Denmark. Yeah, cool, right? um, yeah, Ken 7 times says, this game represents the sentence, old but gold. Yes, exactly. I think it might be a bit of bias because I grew up as a child, like, well, a teenager during this era of gaming, you know, the 2010 era, you know, the Halo, Gears of War era sort of thing, you know, extremely blessed to grow up in that era and play all those games. But I think now is probably the golden age of like gaming for me. Like, I'm not too fussed these days about some games, like when they come out, like the graphics may look really good, and you know, I appreciate the new FIFAs, you know, I appreciate what they're doing, you know, they got good graphics, and you know, the career modes are okay, you know, they're serviceable. But when you go back and play games like this, it's just like, yeah, it really does hit the spot. And like even old games like I said, like Gears of War, Halo 3, you know, Halo 2 as well, obviously, um, uh, even Halo 1, or the whole trilogy, was really good. And you know, there's so many bangers that came out that sort of time. You look at gaming now, there's not much that really excites me, and that might be due to my age. You know, I've grown up a little bit. You know, I'm 33 now. You might make the argument that I'm slightly more mature, but I don't know if mature is the right word to use. I'm still a big kid, really, in some aspects of my life, especially playing video games and stuff. But yeah, no, it just like the only time gaming really gripped me modern wise was when during COVID, Warzone 2020, and maybe the hype of Fall Guys as well, I guess. I know that seems a bit random, but yeah, and Among Us as well, I guess. But then they're different types of games. You know, they're different types of games, aren't they? This is the reason what makes me watch your videos. You select small teams, lead them to a long journey. I love doing it, dude. I love playing as the smaller teams. You know, I like playing the big teams as well because I like to prove that I can win the World Cup with the bigger teams because it's quite easy. But the smaller teams, when you actually get a good run going, it's so fun. Super, super fun. Hey, Isaac again. When I first watched a video of yours, I thought you were 15 to 19-year-old because of your voice. Yeah, a lot of people say that. I don't think like my voice matches me, obviously. I don't know what's going on with my voice. I wish it was slightly deeper, but there we go. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to change. I don't know. Maybe when I'm like older, possibly. At least a good passing here by Taiwan. Unfortunately, the header was not made. I suggest you play Left 4 Dead. That's an old game. I loved that game when I was playing it. I still have it. It's on the shelf over there, back there. We can do that maybe for a stream. We can play it on the hardest difficulty and see how far we can get with it. Back in my Left 4 Dead days. That's what I'm thinking about doing in the future as well. Like more like random streams maybe. Hey Toby, should I ask out my crush? If so, do you have any advice for me? Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, back when I was younger, I never really asked out my crushes. I just sort of like, left it sort of thing, and maybe I should have done back then, but I just didn't have the confidence to do it. But um, I think you should go for it, really. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? What's the realistically, like, the worst they can do is say no, right? You know, the worst they can do is say like, no, I don't want to be with you, I don't want to hang out with you or whatever. And it's like, okay, cool. It's just how you deal with the rejection sort of thing. You can't get mad if they reject you sort of thing. You can't just like get angry and all sad. I mean, you can, but like not like super much to the point where it's like, like weird sort of thing. You gotta like in life, you got to take it on the chin and just sort of say like, okay, fair enough, this person doesn't like me, I won't pursue this anymore. And then if that does happen, just focus on yourself, focus on your hobbies, focus on your studying if you're studying, or work if you're working, stuff like that. That's what I did when I was younger. Did the Equatorial Guinea run win something? No. We got to the quarterfinals though, which was very good, and I will put up a highlight video of it in the next few days. Nah, she'll reject you like your team conceding a last-minute goal with 3 seconds remaining. That does hurt. I'll give you that. That does hurt. But it will hurt. Of course it will. But there are always other people out there, you know. When I got my confidence up a little bit more and I did start asking out girls and stuff like that when I was, a bit older, before obviously I got married and stuff, it's good, I guess it's good development for you to get rejected and people to say no to you and stuff like that, because if someone says, if you go into if you have a mentality where you think everyone is going to say yes to you and think that you're the best and stuff like that, you're going to be really disappointed when the first person says no. So you just got to be realistic and say like, okay, if that person does reject you, you just got to be like, okay, well, maybe someone else will like me, or maybe even in the future they might change their mind. You don't know. Have you ever done a Somalia run? No, I haven't. I haven't done a Somalia run for ages. I need to, really, because they are a nation that do interest me, and they are a half-star team. So I'd obviously love to play as Somalia, and that just goes wide. Do you work? Yes, I do work. I do work. Yeah. I only work in a supermarket. Nothing special, but I work full time. I work full time in that, so it's a full-time job. And I do this on the side as well, which earns me a little bit of money as well, through either ad revenue or, like today, small donations. Even if it's just $1, it's still $1. It's still $1 I didn't have, sort of thing. I'm so grateful. But yeah, no, I do work. So that's why you don't really see videos from me every single day, because sometimes I just can't do it. But maybe one day this can be a full-time thing. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Hey, Mr. Krabs, how you doing? The stream is good. I finally made it work. What do you do in the supermarket? So we do everything, really. We stack shelves, we work on checkouts, we do waste procedures, we do reduction procedures, we do everything, pretty much. Every single department I can do, pretty much. Yeah, there's nothing I can't really do out there, to be fair. But most of the time I'm on the same department, which is fresh food. And most of the time I'm on that. I guess that's probably what I'm best at in the building. That's why they keep putting me there. So yeah, I find it okay. It's a decent job. It's a decent job. It's been 30 years, bro. I'm sorry, man. Been a long time. I can relate a bit. I'm 16, will be 17 in November, but for some reason my voice hasn't deepened. Well, you're still growing up. That's the thing. You're still growing up. Your body won't be fully grown until you're into your mid-20s, maybe. Maybe some people don't even get out of adolescence until they're you know, deep into their 20s, sort of thing. So yeah, sometimes people are just behind naturally, sort of thing. That's what I think I am anyway. Maybe. Hopefully that's 2-0. Come on, Taiwan. Come on. What was the message just above this? Sorry, I will have a look. The videos that say forget girls and do gym, but in a cringe way makes me want to puke. Yeah, they are pretty awful, aren't they? Like, you know, those quotes like, you know, um, you know, don't listen to girls. Just get your money up and get your muscles up. Like, yes, like do that, but don't do it in a cringy way. You know, if you're single, yes, do get your money up and do work out because it's beneficial. Because then, you know, that sort of stuff. If you work out and you know, you're earning good money, that will naturally attract a girl, right? I mean, it's common sense, right? You know, the better you look, the better in shape you are, and the more money you have, naturally that's gonna attract people, right? And of course your personality, of course, that is a big one as well. It's not just all about looks, like it's not. But anyway, yeah, I can't believe I'm giving out dating advice on my channel. It's so weird of me. I'm like 30 years old. I imagine you being the gamer who has a big belly and 70 cans of Red Bull on the ground, locked in your room with no lights and face in front of the monitor. I guess I used to be like that. Not fat, but I used to be like, you know, um, heavily into gaming sort of thing when I was a teenager. I'd literally lock myself in my room and just constantly play like, you know, online games like Halo and stuff like that with my friends. It's still socializing, but in the wrong way, you know what I mean? Like, you're behind a screen and stuff like that. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I did used to be like that in a way. I used to be a bit of a nerd. Now I'm a bit different. I'm still like, you know, I'm still into my gaming, and I still do that, but I'd say I do it more for the channel and stuff like that. And obviously I do gym and I work and stuff like that. So there is variation to my routine. Hopefully, Ken, hopefully. Most of the Auckland City players don't have a Wikipedia page. Yeah, they're like semi-pro, aren't they? Some of them are like literally grocery store workers, like me, pretty much. Do you follow the MLS? Not really. No, not particularly, unfortunately. Sorry, I don't really follow MLS. Well, that's the run with Taiwan. We won against Denmark at the end. Very good match, but unfortunately we got eliminated. So it was too little too late for Taiwan. Like I said, you need a proper qualifying campaign to actually get these teams going, you know what I mean? I think Man City will win the Club World Cup. Yeah, possibly. They're probably one of the favourites. See you later, Isaac. Have a good night. Do you have any advice for someone who's graduating high school in 2 years? Not particularly. I'd just say study hard in your last few years. Try not to get distracted. Yeah, and just remember as well, don't rush things, you know? Like, yeah, okay, like you might leave school and your parents might pressurize you to get a job or go to university or something like that. But at the end of the day, it's your life, and you know, you need to be the one to make the decisions and stuff. But at the same time, you're still young. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. I mean, like, when I left school, I went straight into a job. I went straight into a job. I didn't go to university. Maybe I should have done, but I personally didn't want the debt attached to it. And a lot of my friends that have gone to university, I mean, a few of them have got really, really good jobs, like, but some of them have gone there and still work in low-paid jobs like I do. So you think like, is it really worth it? But maybe they just can't find what they're looking for, sort of thing, you know? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, just I guess that's my advice to you. I think your most embarrassing loss was your entire Spain campaign in this game. Yeah, I'd probably say you're right. To be fair, that was pretty bad. I think didn't I lose to Ivory Coast? I think um in that run, I think I did. But yeah, no. I'd say recently my most embarrassing result would be losing to San Marino on Euro 2008. That was just criminal. Can't believe I actually did that, but we did. Yeah. My biggest fear in 2030, and there's no more Toba Loco videos. There will be one day where I'll have to stop. There is one day that I will have to stop. But the channel will always be here. You know what I mean? It will still be like a time capsule sort of thing. It will still be here. But there will be one day where, you know, I'll just yeah, probably have to stop. Not like recently. What the hell? Croatia won the World Cup 3-2, and then Ghana won the third place playoff. We have to check this out. Croatia, generational run here. So, okay, let's have a look and see what's going on. So we got Croatia beating the Czech Republic 2-1. Spain beat Denmark 1-0. Croatia beat Spain on penalties after a 0-0. Ghana beat USA in the quarterfinals 4-0. Sweden got to the quarterfinals after they beat Mexico, and so did South Africa as well after they beat Greece. Holland beat Brazil 3-2, and then Germany beat France 5-1. Holland then beat Germany, and then Holland beat Sweden. Croatia beat Ghana, and then obviously Croatia won 3-2. Wow, that's insane. That is actually insane. See you later, Patrick. I hope you have a good one. Thank you so much for the donation. What year did I graduate school? 2008. 2008 I graduated school. Very long time ago. Almost 20 years ago now. Yeah. Will you make 2022 runs next? Yeah, I'll do some more in the future. It's just that 2022 isn't my favorite. It isn't really my favorite World Cup game. You know, it's like when I play it, I just tolerate it, sort of thing. Stream more. I hope your channel grows more. Thank you, Blue. That's really kind. I will stream more. I will. Today the streams were chopped up, sort of thing, like chopped up. Unfortunately, that really sucks. But this last portion of the stream was really stable, and at least the next portion of the streaming will be actually stable. You graduated the year I was born, Turbo Loco. Now that just makes me feel old. It makes me feel old. If two people argue who are vegans, can it be called beef? Could it be called plant-based beef? Would that be all right? Anyway, guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to wrap the stream up today. It's been fun. I will upload the highlights of the Equatorial Guinea run that you know, we did earlier because the stream was a little bit choppy and a bit laggy, so I'm gonna have to edit it properly. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed it today. I certainly did coming back. Yeah. Um, Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry that I have to go. It's late here. It's actually 11:15 almost. I have to sleep early. So I hope you guys have a good night or day wherever you are. And yeah, I hope you, yeah, like I said, hope you have a good day and night. Keep it local as always. Like the stream if you liked it. And I'll see you again, hopefully on Sunday for the next stream. I'm planning to do it on Sunday. Depends on the heat and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, have a good night or day. See you guys later. Have a good one. Thank you so much for joining me. See you later.